Welcome to Cottonwood's little art kits. Today I'm working with the Curio Press kit. And what comes in your kit is two little pieces of cardboard, which one is labeled A. We're going to start with that one. And some glue dots, a clear piece of film, and then a sticky piece of film. So those are what comes in your kit. But what you're going to want to do is gather up some additional supplies. You're going to need probably a pair of scissors, maybe a pencil, maybe a glue stick, and then some things that you're going to use to put into your little Curio Press. You can put anything in here: photographs, dried flowers, stickers, map pages, favorite mementos. I've gathered up a number of things that you can use. So anything from scrapbook paper to map pages, maybe a favorite magazine picture, photographs, if you have photographs that you want to use, little words, tissue paper, all kinds of things that you might want to use, little bits of art if you have some drawings or some paintings you want to put in there. Everything can be used. You just want to make sure it's very flat. You want to make sure that you're not putting in too heavy and thick of materials, or it won't adhere right. So gather up your supplies and then put them out. First thing we're going to do is start with our letter A piece, and it has little corner tabs and a little hanging gear. The hanging gear needs to be at the top. Take your clear plastic, tuck it into those little corner tabs. Make sure it goes in there all the way. And you don't want any bubbles in your little plastic. It does kind of catch, but just keep messing with it and it will go in all the way. Should have probably done this and had it ready to go. Because it is a little fidgety, but everything will fit in there. And tuck in each corner so that it doesn't come loose. There you go. So now you have your clear plastic in there. You want to make sure when you're laying it down to work on that this little hook is at the top. Now you're just going to decide what you're going to put in your little Curio Press. And if you wanted to put in a photograph, say, you put it down. You can use this as a viewfinder to try to make sure that it all fits so that it will go inside there. You don't want to have little gaps. So lay out your pieces. Maybe you want to just have some random pieces. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Just pick some pieces, lay them out. Maybe a map piece, a little bit of painted paper, some tissue paper, and then a little word, right? Put your viewfinder on there, make sure it all shows up well, and then you can put it together. So what I want to do is make sure that my pieces fit. So I'm going to use the edge of this, which is your sticky piece, and use it as a template to cut out my paper. And I'm just going to take my pencil, draw around this so that it's the right size. And then I'm going to cut it smaller. I want it to be a little bit smaller than this, otherwise the sticky won't hook. You want it to be smaller than this so that the sticky stuff goes all the way around the edge. So I'll just trim this up. Find the lines. On a map page, it's kind of hard. It's all lines. And you can keep trimming. If you find that it's still a little bit big, you can go back and trim again. So now I know that this can go here. I will make sure that it's smaller than this, right? So it's smaller. This might need trimmed a little bit more so that there's enough glue. Then I'm going to lay it on my starting piece. Then I'm just going to add maybe a little bit of a painted piece. Kind of lay it down. A little bit of tissue, which of course has to be trimmed as well. Everything has to be trimmed to be able to fit under here. If it hangs out the edge, it's too big. And then a little word. This is where I'm going to use my glue stick because when I want the word to stay put. I don't want it to move around when I add the sticky. Make sure it all fits inside the little viewfinder, right? So that it makes sense. I'm gonna slide that just a little. There we go. So this fits really nicely. I can then add my sticky. So I'm going to make sure this is all where I want it. Peel the backing off of this. It's very sticky, so be careful. I'm going to lay it over this firmly, pressing it into place. I think my tissue moved a little bit, but it'll be okay. And then I'm going to use my glue dots. So the little glue dots, we want to make sure we're not using our fingers and getting them all over our fingers. So you're just going to peel the paper back a little. One end is going to peel better. Find your little glue dots. Press them around the edge, right on there, and peel off. These are very sticky glue dots. Put them on there so that when we add this, it will adhere very nicely. I'm just going to peel a couple of these off. Put some on this side. You can add photographs, you can add stickers, you can add stamps, anything that you might like to the mix to create something cute. You could also write on there if you wanted to write something. You can just grab a pen, maybe write a message to love mom and dad or something like that. Take your starting piece, press it down firmly so that it stays, and voila, there you go. You have a little piece of art and a little hanger on there. This is made of cardboard, so you can decorate this as well. You could write something on the edge of the frame or paint something, draw little flowers, whatever you want, and make it yours and make it personal. There you go. Thanks.